Right, in this video I'm going to be fitting something which you'd normally only find on superbikes or race cars, but today I'm going to be fitting them onto this, my 30-year-old, 30-ish horsepower Honda Acti, and that is tyre stickers. Now you can get the temporary decals which look like your conventional vinyl sticker, but if you're wanting a permanent feature on your car then you can go for the raised rubber lettering that you actually glue onto the sidewall of your tyre, and that's what I'm going to be fitting today. I did have this lettering fitted to my old GT86 tyres, which I had before I started all of this YouTube stuff, so I know exactly how well the products hold up and I'm super excited to see what it looks like. So grab yourself a cuppa, get sat down, and let's get into it. Just before I start, yes, I know we spell tyre differently here in the UK, but it was me who reached out to tyrestickers.com to see if we could work together for a video, so the least I can do since they are an American company is spell it with an I, because they have sent me these over free of charge. In motorsport, tyres are generally a place where tyre manufacturers can advertise their brand. Makes sense, but I thought, you know what, why can't I do that? I don't have any out there stickers on the truck making it obvious to people that I have a YouTube channel, so why not do it somewhat subliminally? Like I said already, I've opted for the permanent option rather than the temporary ones, and this is what you get in the kit. A couple of branded stickers, a bottle of Flexmint adhesive, a card with some really easy to follow instructions on it, some Rubber Bright, which is an aftercare product for cleaning your tyre lettering once you've fitted it, and the actual rubber lettering itself. The design I've gone for is a custom one, so it has these what they call flares that make up the dead space in between the writing, and well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what the text was going to be, do you? I'll show you guys how to order these if you want some closer towards the end of this video, but for now, let's just crack on with getting them fitted. So you do need to obtain some acetone to clean your tyres with. Our lass just had some lying around in her makeup drawer, and all it's going to do is strip any oils, grease and dirt from the surface that you're going to stick the letters to. You can do this whilst the wheels are still fitted to the car, but I just thought it'd be a whole lot easier to take them off and do it inside, since it basically rains 24 hours a day this time of year in the UK. And the World Cup's on, so I get to watch the footy while I'm doing it. I'll let you off with the spelling of tyre, but it's football, not soccer, America. Got it? Good. Your tyres might look clean, but just keep going crazy with the acetone until there's nothing showing up on your cloth, because the Flexmint adhesive is not going to want to stick to any dirt that's left on there. You'll also want to give the tyre lettering a quick rub down with the acetone as well, to make sure that the glue bonds to both surfaces as well as it can do. Now I decided to lay everything out on top of the tyre, so I had a rough idea of where I needed to stick it before I started to apply the adhesive, and once you're happy, just crack on. Apply a thin layer of Flexmint adhesive over the back of each letter and then spread it out with a nozzle, making sure that you reach all of the corners. You don't want to put too much on because it can ooze out the sides when you apply pressure on top of the letters when fitting them onto the sidewall, but in my case, where the sidewall isn't perfectly flat, I decided to put an extra drop on the places where I thought they might not have the best contact patch, like over these little diamond sections. In hindsight, these probably aren't the best tyre to apply these decals to because of the waffle pattern and the fact that they bulge a little bit, but we'll soldier on and we'll see what they look like anyway. All you've got to do then is keep repeating the process until all of the decals are fitted and the adhesive is dry. Then you can remove the vinyl overlay and stick down any corners which might be lifting slightly. I found that removing the vinyl overlay meant that the lettering could flex a little bit more, so you could mould it to the tyre much easier. This was the first wheel that I finished, so I just had to repeat the process 3 more times, which took about an hour or so to do on each wheel because of my OCD. And the next shot you'll see will be me refitting them onto the van. In a bit. So, you might have spotted that I've ditched the flares in between the tyre writing, and that is purely because of where I had to stick them on my specific tyre. On the vast majority of tyres, the sidewall would be flat with the odd raised section for the brand or size, which would mean that you'd have no problem fitting these at all. However, on mine, the sidewalls bulge out, meaning that the profile is quite well rounded. Couple that with the fact that there's a raised crosshatch area which doesn't give you the best contact patch, and because the flares were super thin, which is how I asked them to be, it just meant they didn't look great, so I've decided to go without them. Now I could have quite easily edited everything about the flares out of the video, but to be honest with you, I'd rather let you know my findings so you don't make the same mistake. If I ordered flares which were the same width as the text, everything would have been fine, but I opted to go for the thinner ones, so it's my bad. On the other hand, I'm still well happy with how this has turned out. Remember that the majority of this job is about the prep work. Make sure that the tyre is super clean before you even think about sticking anything to it, and cut any of the little raised rubber tags off if you need to as well. Give yourself plenty of time. It took me an hour or so to do each wheel, and probably an extra half an hour to seal all of the edges up. So it's not a quick job, but it would take you that long to colour in the tyre writing with a little white pen, and the results are nowhere near as good as this. If you want to order some, then head over to 𝙁𝘼𝙊𝙆.com, pick your design and fill out the drop down menu with the info that you have for your specific tyres. I'd definitely recommend ticking the approve a graphic option, because you can see what your design is going to look like before they send it out to you, and if you're not happy you can change it. At first mine were going to look like this, but I ended up changing the text, so I'm super glad that you can review your item before it's sent out. And yeah, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but like I said when I had the chameleon windscreen tint fitted, this van is just a bit of fun, and well, the tyre rating is no different. Huge thanks again to 𝙁𝘼𝙊𝙆.com for sending these out, and if you like the look of them, then why not drop the video a like too? Subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!